What's up, Earthlings? Welcome to my channel. My name is Makira, and if you're new to this channel, what's up? Welcome. Today I will be doing an unpopular opinions part 2. In my last video, I realized I missed a lot of things that I definitely wanted to say. Before I get started, I do want to say these are my unpopular opinions, so don't be offended by anything I say, but if the shoe fits, then wear it. I have the list right here. Let's just hop straight into it. Aesthetics are conditioning people to be the same. They're trying to force us to be one consciousness, even if there is multiple different aesthetics. The idea of being in the aesthetic is still conditioning you to fit in. Anyways, next, we live in a superficial society. Most of the people that are famous or are well known on TikTok, YouTube, are very pretty with no personality. These people that TikTok are making famous, a lot of people are crazy, but since they're so pretty, since they got all the qualities of the American beauty standard, then they deserve to have all this fame and notoriety. That's shaping everybody to be very shallow. And then there's people like me who's both beautiful and have a great personality, who get stuck at the bad end of the stick because I'm not the beauty standards of society. That's another one of my unpopular opinions, is that your natural is beautiful. With me calling myself beautiful just now, a lot of people's gonna be like, no, what? You look weird. That's the whole point of being unique, is to be outside of that box society try to force you to be in. That's another way they're forcing everybody to be the same. There's a lot of beauty standards that society pushed for black people in particular to have. I be watching a lot of videos on YouTube that say, I'm not the black girl, I'm just a black girl, or I'm not light skinned, I'm just light skinned, because there's a difference between American beauty standard and normal people. I'm not saying I'm normal, I'm not saying you're normal, I'm just saying, how can I make this make sense? Our normal should be normal, because we shouldn't have beauty standards and people forcing themselves to look this one particular way. We should all look our own individual self. If nobody had all these plastic surgeries, makeup to alter your looks, a lot of people would look the way they look individually. I guarantee you there's nobody that looked like me. Not to be cocky or anything. My next unpopular opinions consist of things that America forces us to think. The American dream. They romanticize the idea of being rich, being famous, because these are the people that's at the top. Everybody wants some form of hierarchy. That's why there's competitions. Black culture are watering down their roots. Just think of it. Anything that you do that the white man made is like letting an attachment go from your ancestors or from your roots. For example, you know how people say, oh, people act white, or you talk white, or da-da-da-da-das, because people are letting go attachments from their ancestors to fit in white America. I used to say there's no problem with being proper, but there is a problem with being proper, because they're assimilating our accents, which is a string to our ancestors and to our roots. Think of it like this. Whenever you go to a job interview and you have a white manager that's interviewing you, you don't talk how you talk on the streets. That has to change, because we're letting go our ancestor roots. What is white American doing for us black people? We are called African American, but not so much American. I believe that all black people are African and have African descendants. Although we have a separation between us and Africans, which I don't understand why people don't classify themselves as African when that's what we truly are. But we do have a separation because we are African American. We've been raised in the American culture, which is the white culture. Y'all say white people don't have a culture, but they do have a culture to take and steal. Anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. American romanticize everything in America, but they don't romanticize anything outside of us. If they do romanticize it, they make it seem like it's a vacation, because they want us to stay in America. If you see a movie that was shoot in Africa, you don't see the beautiful parts of Africa, you see the undeveloped parts of Africa. But they want you to think it's undeveloped because they want you to live in cities. I know this is a lot to intake right now, you just gotta stick along with me. If you know, you know. But the undeveloped part of Africa are always shown in movies because they want you to think, oh, you don't want to go there. They don't have what we have. They don't have what we can give you. It's like they're trying to sell you something, basically. With us thinking cities like Dubai, Bali, Barbados, all of those countries or cities is a vacation, that's like subconsciously telling ourselves that we're going to be there temporarily just to come back to America. Nobody in America wants to live outside of America, and everybody outside of America wants to come to America. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people that know America problems wants to get out. It's like reverse. And America is trying to keep us here, to keep us assimilated into their culture and under their power. I'm not going to get into that because I have to go very detailed on that, and it's very complicated if I just go surface level. Let's just get into the next unpopular opinion. Let's talk about black movies. They don't show the good parts about black people. That's the same with history. They don't show the greatness of black history in slavery times. For example, MLK, Malcolm X, they always put black people at the bottom. You rarely see rich, luxury black people in movies unless it's made by a black person. They don't want us knowing that we can have all these luxury things, or that we can break out of their chains that they tied us to. It's kind of like they forced us to be under this one narrative. Stereotypes. This is another one of my unpopular opinions. They call us ghetto and ratchet and loud to put us at the bottom when we're not ghetto, ratchet, or loud at all. I believe us as black beings, naturally, we are loud and expressive, not in a bad way, but the way society is nowadays, people are loud and expressive to get people's attention. But they try to belittle us so we can feel less of ourselves. Obviously, we must bring a lot of power because white people love stealing our culture. Not only white people love stealing our cultures, let's talk about culture vultures. Drake is a culture vulture. Doja Cat is a culture vulture. Barack Obama is a culture vulture. Well, maybe not. I think we just portrayed him as one race when he was really two races. Mulatto is a culture vulture. It's just people don't want to identify these people with their actual races. Like, I understand you're half black and you're half white, but you're not fully black. Think about it like this. If a mixed person go in a room full of white people, do you think those white people will call that person fully white? No. Mixed people have their own race. And I know a lot of people would think I'm mixed just because I'm lighter skinned, but that's another one of our powerful things as melanated beings. We can carry on lighter shades, and I believe that we made all races. Let's talk about New Age spirituality. The whole idea of it is dumb. It's like they're trying to force spirituality to become a religion, because if you think about New Age spirituality or spirituality in general, you're gonna think of crystals, tarot cards, conspiracy theories, nature, bohemian clothes, hippie. So whenever people want to come into the spiritual life, those are the things that they're going to turn to. Although they are a part of spirituality, they are also a part of many religions, and they're trying to force spirituality to become a religion. I believe spirituality had different definitions specific to the person. For example, I think me being spiritual is me being tapped in with myself and knowing of all my power that I hold to this world. I don't believe crystals are really helpful, because then that leads you to think that your power is outside of you. It's in the crystal instead of the crystal gaining its power from you. God doesn't have the power, you do. If I talk to a person that doesn't believe in God, they're not going to believe or think that God is leading their steps. It's all about the faith that you have in God to give him that power, which means that you originally have that power. That's a very controversial, unpopular opinion, but I'm ready to hear everybody else's opinion on that. Along with spirituality and power and magic, I do want to say that we do not live in a simulation. I don't want to get into details because it is a lot to explain. I just believe that we don't live in a simulation and that we're here to be and experience real things. It's just the white man is trying to turn us into a fake world. It's trying to turn us into a simulation. It's trying to turn us into AI technology. But we're not going to discuss that. But one thing that is fake is mental illness, or the idea of it. For example, depression, anxiety, PTSD. It's all energy. It's just about you deciding if you're going to stay in that energy field or not. I believe what mental illness is stagnant energy. But of course, there's a label on it, so you can feel it's real when it's not. It's all about you escaping it. And another one of my unpopular opinions is that you create these mental illness just by deciding to think about more things that will make you angry, more things that will make you sad, when you could just feel an emotion for those 90 seconds, sit in those emotions and let that run through. Instead, you're going to create this loop of stagnant energy when energy is meant to flow. For my last unpopular opinion, I have plant medicine is not drugs. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm sorry to burst that bubble that you've been living in, but it's just not. What they did was label it drugs so you don't heal yourself. For example, magic mushrooms, marijuana, DMT, ayahuasca, all these things are natural to this earth. Take it way back whenever we didn't have all these buildings and we was just living in nature. I'm talking about we as in like our ancestors. They didn't know the difference between a regular leaf and marijuana leaves, because all things of nature heal us. They just have different properties, like how some herbs are used for tea. I just feel like the society we live in, it shaped our mindset. Like, so many people are drowning in depressions, although that I think those are fake. They are in the society, and a lot of people think they have these things. So with all of these things in our minds, if we take a plant medicine, all it is going to be enhanced. That's why people look at it as if it's bad when it's not. It's just unrevealing and helping you and guiding you to get to wherever you need to go. A lot of people are really scared to face their fears, and that's what literally plant medicine forces you to do. Anyways, with all that being said, thank you for enjoying this moment with me. If you watched to the end of this video, subscribe, because I'm pretty sure you like me by now. Don't forget to count your blessings, say your affirmations, and live life to the fullest, because we're here for a good time, not a long time. Thank you for watching. Peace.